Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the latest broadcast here from Rebels Radio, and what's turning out to be a rather sunny afternoon on this first few days of March. Well, it's 12 versus 13th here today, this afternoon at Arbour Park, as Slough Town host Hemel Hempstead Town in this Panorama National League South game. So we're going to bring you all the action as it happens through the game. And as usual, we would like to thank our two sponsors, who are, of course, My FC, the online football community. And you can find more about them under the Pichero banner. And it's Pichero and then My FC, and you'll see all their details on there. Then also our other supporters are the Slough Town Supporters Trust. And we'd like to thank them for their continued support as well. And just a reminder that on the 23rd of March, Slough Town Supporters Trust members, along with some members from the Slough Pit Stop charity, will be walking from Arbour Park to Woking's Kingfield Stadium as part of a fundraiser for the Supporters Trust and that charity. So if you do want to go along and do the walk, you can sign up to do that here today or on the Slough Town Supporters Trust website, which is sloughtownSupportersTrust.co.uk. And there is also the space on there to be able to sponsor someone as well via PayPal, so you can do that as well. So if you've never listened to us here at Rebels Radio this afternoon, then, or any afternoon in theory, then thank you for joining us. My name is Aid. I will be your commentator for this afternoon, and we'll run through all the teams for you, try to keep you up to date with the scores from the other games. And if you would like to get a shout out, say hello, you can do so two ways. You can do so on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio, and just two. And then also on the if you're listening via the YouTube, there is a little chat room as well that comes up, and you can come through to us there, and we'll give you a shout out this afternoon as well. So feel free to come through and do that sometime today, and we'll say hello to you. Good afternoon to Ian, who's listening in, and Graham. Got a couple of you are listening in already this afternoon. We'll run through the two sides for you in a second, but we'll start with the other games going on in the National League South this afternoon. It's Bath City at home to Truro City, Chelmsford City versus Concord Rangers, Dulwich Hamlet are at home to Dartford, Chippenham Town versus Oxford City, East Thurrock United versus Billericay Town, Gloucester City at home to Wealdstone, Hampton and Richmond Borough home to Eastbourne Borough, Hungerford Town versus Woking, Torquay United at home to Weston-super-Mare, and Welling United versus St Albans City. Those are your games today. Up and coming games for Slough. The next game here at Arbour Park is actually on Friday the 8th of March. That is the England under-21, under-18 schoolboys versus the Wales under-18 schoolboys here at Arbour Park. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff. It's £5 entrance for an adult and £3 entrance for a child. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff on March the 8th. You can buy tickets here at the moment or online as well. See the Slough Town website for those details. For the first team, they will be away next Saturday. That's the 9th, when they visit Concord Rangers at the 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. There is a coach going from St Joe's for it's £15 for members, £20 for non-members if you fancy that. If not, Slough are next at home on the 16th of March, where they are at home to Billericay Town. So those are the up-and-coming games for the Rebels. Looks like the two sets of sides are just about to come out of the tunnel here. So we'll run through those two sides for you as well. Today's match sponsors are Scala, and we've also got a match ball sponsor as well, and that is the local MP Tan Deshi from Slough, who's a local MP. So those are your teams there for you. So Hemel Hempstead Town will be playing in their away kit, which is a lime green top with black shorts and lime socks. And in goal for them is Laurie Walker. 2 is Jack's, apologies if I get his name wrong, but Pakapomu. 3 is Joe Howe. 4 is Jordan Parks, who's the captain. 5 is Darren Ward. 6, Frankie Masonda. 7 Cavan Cotter, 8 Kieran Monlouis, 9 Leon Lobjoit, 10 is Errol Amu, and 11 is Arthur Reed. Subs for Hemel Hempstead Town this evening are 12, or this afternoon are 12 Oliver Swain, 14 Jack Sneelers, 15 Matteo Mendy, 16 is Herschel Sanchez Watt, 17 is George Paulin. For the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal, 2 Josh Jackman, 3 George Wells, 4 is the captain Sam Togwell, 5 is Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 Matty Lench, 8 Billy Clifford, 9 Manny Williams. Making his debut for the Rebels is 10 Daniel Roberts and 11 Warren Harris. Subs for the Rebels then this afternoon are 12 Sean Fraser, 14 Simon Dunn, 15 Louis Swords, 16 Chris Flood, and 18 is Francis Amati. Thankfully, the woman who's been standing here chatting in my ear for the last 25 minutes has finally decided to sit down and shut up. So there you go. So we can hear now. We are just waiting for the 2 sets of sides to come out. They're in the tunnel here. There are some various different juniors here this afternoon who will be mascots for today's game. And we're just waiting for the 2 sets of sides to come out here at Arbour Park. So just a reminder, if you do want to get in contact, you can do so. You do have to be a I don't know what you call it on YouTube, a member, a person or something or other. So you do have to do it if you want to come through to us. But you can come through to the chat room. And good afternoon to Andy Biddle and David Pengelly, who's listening in Spain. And today was supposed to rain a little bit, but it's been nice and dry so far this afternoon. Let's hope that it stays that way this afternoon. And then let's hope for a good game of football. That is what we're waiting for now. The Slough management team just going over to the Hemel management team to... No, there's one... Go on quickly because I'm on air. It's all right. Jesus. So there you go. So they're just going over to say hello there. And we are waiting for our referee today to just bring the 2 sets of ties out. Thank you. And your referee today is Jack Packman. His assistant is Jack Bonnick, and the other assistant is Matt Pollington. So there you go. Good afternoon to David Randall as well. So it's all going on this afternoon. We've got some music blaring out. We're just waiting for the 2 sides as they come out here this afternoon. So finally they're out here, and Hemel Hempstead in a very lime green kit this afternoon. They are very, very bright to see. So and even the goalkeeper's wearing orange. So there you go. So it's a very bright Hemel Hempstead side here this afternoon. And we've got some Hemel fans making some noise to our left. So we'll just quickly run through those starting 11s for you again this afternoon. For Hemel Hempstead, in goal is Laurie Walker. 2 Jacks... I'm going to get this wrong all day long. Kapomu. 3 is Joe Howell. 4 Jordan Parks. 5 Darren Ward. 6 Frankie Masonda. 7 Cavan Cotter. 8 Kieran Monlouis. 9 Leon Lobjoit. 10 Errol Amu. And 11 Arthur Reed. For the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal. 2 Josh Chapman. 3 George Wells. 4 Sam Togwell. 5 Mark Nisbet, 6 Lee Togwell, 7 Maddie Lench, 8 Billy Clifford, 9 Manny Williams, 10 Daniel Roberts, and 11 is Warren Harris. So there you go. Those are your starting 11s for this afternoon. Dan Roberts, who's on dual reg with Windsor, making his debut, scored over 20 goals for Windsor so far this season. And he is out there for the Rebels for his first game. And for those of you that don't know, that Ben Harris is out for 8 weeks with knee ligament problem as well. So he may miss the rest of the season. He may be back for the last 2, but then obviously your fitness comes into it. And Chris Flood is on the bench this afternoon and just slowly coming back from injury. So the 2 captains just being called over here by our referee this afternoon. And Arbour Park filling up rather nicely. So we're going to Just wait there. It looks as though Slough will be shooting their normal right to left this first half. So they will be shooting towards the Lynch Hill Academy end. And therefore, Hemel Hempstead, who just go into a huddle, will be shooting towards the St. Joseph's School end. And the referee, who, when they came out, I didn't think was a referee. I thought it was someone else. I thought he was the assistant referee, but obviously not. Unless there's been a late change. But there you go. So don't start doing stuff. Go away. And we are just waiting for the referee to get today's game underway. Do you think
there's a bit of a colour clash at all here between their goalkeeper and any of our players?
No. We'll just wait for the referee to get here. It looks like Hemel Hempstead will have the kick-off. Stop throwing stuff everywhere. So we're just waiting for a referee to do that. We get the game underway here this afternoon. And it's a ball played out on the far hand side. Lee Togwell with a header away. And it comes here towards Ward. Ward with the ball inside here to Monlouis. Monlouis' ball played forwards over the top here for Lobjuit to chase, but it goes all the way out for a goal kick to Slough. And the Slough fans just making their way. Both sets of fans have gone down the other end, so they've had to walk all the way around to get into their position. And Jack Turner, dressed in all white this afternoon, will take this goal kick for the Rebels. And spreads it out on the right-hand side, looking for the run of Warren Harris. Here up against Howe. And Harris keeps the ball in for Slough, finding Lee Togwell. Inside here towards Clifford. Clifford just stretches but gets there. Takes a shot, and the first shot of the game hits the head of Staron Ward and out for a corner. So the first corner of the game goes to the Rebels. And Billy Clifford is the player that goes across to take it for Slough on the far hand side. It's an out-swinging corner here for Slough. And just waiting for a few players to join into the 6-yard box here as Clifford signals what he's going to play into the box. It's whipped in with some pace. Roberts misses it, headed away, comes all the way back out towards Ledge. On his chest, cushions the path out here towards Clifford. Clifford trying to create a bit of space. Just tries to dink a ball in towards Williams. Williams tries to get a second chance. It's here with Cotter, but Cotter's found a lovely little ball here, finding Reed. Reed, the on-load striker, gets a touch. It hits Josh Jackman on the back, and it allows Lee Togwell to clear for Slough. And the ball is out of play for a throw to Hemel Hempstead for a throw. 10 yards inside the Slough half. It'll be the left back Howe to go across to take this throw. And his throw is easily headed away by Jackman. And then Cotter tries to get there, headed away by Warren Harris. Over the head of Williams, and it's sucked clear in the end by Masunda. And the ball comes out here towards Monlouis. Monlouis just squares the ball inside towards Reed. Reed under pressure, finding Cotter. Cotter escapes the challenge of Manny Williams and plays it back out towards Howe. Howe chipping the ball over the top, but there's an offside here against Aral Amu. And it's a free kick to the Slough. And Turner takes it short here towards George Wells in the left-back position. Down the line towards Lynch. Lynch, bit of space down the left-hand side. Sees the run of Roberts down the left further up. Level with the 18-yard box here. Roberts just being held up. Plays the ball inside here towards Lee Togwell. Togwell back outside towards Wells. Wells crosses in first time. Lovely ball on the far-hand side. Warren Harris just couldn't get connection to that. And it's gone out of play for a throw on the far-hand side for Hemel Hempstead Town. And it'll be the left-back Howe that goes across to take this throw for the visitors. Good afternoon to Terry Kennelly, hoping that we've got a decent ref this afternoon. Well, we'll see. As the ball's here won back by Matt Lynch. Here towards Martin Nisbet. Nisbet finding George Wells. Wells under pressure. Goes back towards the goalkeeper, Turner. And Turner goes long for Slough, headed away by the left-back Howe. And then Lee Togwell with the header, finding Warren Harris. Harris just cushions the ball towards Jackman. Jackman down the line to Clifford. Clifford turns and Costs comes across to get the ball, but takes it off the foot of Clifford, and it's a throw to Hemel Hempstead, much to the annoyance of some Slough fan in the stand here. But it's a throw to Hemel Hempstead on the far hand side, halfway inside their own half. It's Howe with the throw. Amu tries to stretch for it, headed away by Sam Togwell towards Warren Harris. Down the line here for Roberts to chase. And, mistake here by Masunda. Roberts with a chance. And in fact, the challenge by Masunda was really good, because although he made the mistake, He got back and got a good challenge in just before Roberts could fire, and it's out for a corner to Slough on the far hand side. And again, Clifford is the man that goes across to take this for Slough. And again, an out-swinging corner. And this time Slough line up in a different formation here. Clifford goes short towards the near post. It's hooked away by Cotter. Warren Harris is there first for the Rebels. Inside towards Clifford. Clifford being held up by Parks. Inside here towards Sam Tugwell. Back towards Clifford. Clifford plays it off Amu, and now to play for a throw to Slough, just around about 7 or 8 yards inside the round. Actually a bit longer here that Jackman's taken, and Jackman gives it towards Clifford. Clifford plays it back towards Jackman, comes off Cotter again, who's holding real roll. Ball played in towards Roberts. Roberts tries to turn, but Howe clears down the line, and Sam Tugwell heads away for the Rebels. And Howe holds the ball up in his feet. Comes through, though, to Manny Williams. Did a ball outside here to Roberts, but it's got too much on it. And asking a lot for Roberts to keep that in, and he can't. It's out to play for a throw to Slough on the far-hand side. And again, it's Howe to take it, level with his own 18-yard line. And his throw goes in there. Moo trying to create the space. It's Clifford with the little cushion header, finding Josh Jackman. Jackman chips it down the line, headed away by Howe. Comes back here towards Lee Togwell, but Howe stretches again to clear. Sam Togwell first to the ball, but ball only comes as far as Monlouis, who finds the ball here to Reed. Reed with the ball to Kapomu, but it's intercepted by Mark Nisbet, who chips the ball forwards for Manny Williams. Holds the ball up well, and then plays it back towards Wells. Wells' first time ball is played forwards. Roberts beaten to the ball by the goalkeeper Walker, and he skis it off the side of his foot, and out of play for a throw to Slough, which Slough will take level the away dugout here. George Wells standing over this throw for the Rebels. Just looking for a little bit of help. It comes from Matty Lynch. Lynch holds it up, and then Wells can't get to the ball, and out of play for a throw to Hemel Hempstead Town. And it will be the guy whose name I'm going to get wrong all afternoon, which is Kapomu. He's going to take the throw. And Kapomu with this long high throw, flicked on well there by Lobjoy, but cleared by Slough. But Kapomu with the header away, only as far as Lee Togwell. Spreads it on the far hand side now for the run of Josh Chapman, who's got a bit of space if he can keep it in. He can keep it in, but Parks is there to stand him up, so he goes back towards Sam Togwell. Togwell the ball down the line, and it's looking for Manny Williams, but Ward with the clearance away. It's been kept in, has it? No, it's been gone out of play. And it's out of play for a throw to Slough. 10 yards inside the Hemel Hempstead Town half. Quick throw inside here to Roberts. Roberts finding the ball inside. Comes back here towards Lee Togwell, but Kapomu gets first touch to the ball. And it just about spins out for a corner to Slough. Their third of these first 7 minutes. But no danger has come from them yet. And again, it's Clifford to take the corner on the far hand side. Again, an out-swinging corner for the Rebels. And just waiting for the referee to make sure that there's no pushing and shoving going on. This corner comes in. This time it's drilled to the back post, and Nisbet keeps the ball in on the last 6 yard and takes a shot, but it's well wide of the goal and off target. And out of play for a goal kick. So 7.5 minutes gone, 0-0 between the two sides. And it'll be Walker, who's all dressed in orange here this afternoon, to take this goal kick for Hemel Hempstead Town. And a long kick down here, aimed towards Amu. Amu previously at Dunstable Town. Wells with the win, but Amu wins it back and finds Monlouis. Monlouis caught with the ball in his feet there. It's come through to Nisbet. Down the line by him for Williams to chase. Walker just has to come outside of his box to control it with his feet, brings it into his box and then picks the ball up down the tram sideline. And the ball's here with Masunda. Ball down the line. Nisbet flicks the ball away acrobatically. Lynch keeps it in for Slough. And then manages to turn. Still comes off Lynch last. And it'll be a throw to Hemel Hempstead Town, right in front of our commentary position. It did come off Matt Lynch last. It is the correct decision, and Kapomu will take this throw for Hemel Hempstead, just 5 yards inside the Slough half. And just waiting for a bit of movement to come It's flicked on well there by Lobjoy. Sam Togwell then hooks it away from his 18-yard line. Clifford do a good little flick on. Then the header's won back by Masunda. Clifford wins the next header. Lee Togwell in towards Lynch. Sells Lynch short, but wins the ball back to Togwell. And it's here for Wales down the line for Manny Williams to chase. Williams gets the better side of Kapomu. Comes off Kapomu last. It's a throw to Slough. And Slough will be about 4 or 5 yards away from the corner flag. And it's going to be George Wells to take the throw. Takes it short towards Clifford. Clifford holding the ball up here. Then tries the little ball inside. Picked up here by Reed. He chips the ball on the far hand side looking for the runner Parks. Warren Harris is there first for the Rebels. And goes away. And Warren Harris still chased down here by Parks, but being forced to go backwards and then gets the ball. But it's turned away and lost the ball here towards Howe. Howe has the ball inside here looking for the run over the top. It's over the top for Amu to chase, but Turner's out of his goal quickly and grabs the ball inside his box. And Turner goes long with the kick down the field looking for Lynch. Lynch flicks it on well. It hits Manny Williams on the, let's say, his behind. Ball played in here towards Masunda. Lynch wins it back though for Slough. Under pressure finds Wells. Little ball by Wells finds Clifford. Clifford in towards Nisbet. Slough playing lovely little triangles. First time touch football, but they've got to be careful as Nisbet gives the ball away here towards Reed. Reed finding Parks. Parks hits it straight at Sam Togwell and still gets it there. The referee says play on as Parks is taken out of the game, and Reed ran into 3 players, and it will be a free kick for a foul there by Billy Clifford. So a free kick here to Hemel Hempstead Town. Central position, roughly 35 to 40 yards away from goal. Parks will be the man who stands on it. And Parks just waiting. Slough got a 3-man wall here. And all here with Parks. He's got Cotter standing just to the side of him, who looks like he might take a run. Parks chips the ball down on the far hand side, kept in by Masunda. And played back here towards Parks. Parks has got time to shoot. Shoots from distance and forces a really good save out of Jack Turner. Low down to his right, and it's gone out for a corner to Hemel Hempstead Town. And Parks, who's the captain, will go across to take the corner for Hemel Hempstead. In swinging corner for the visitors. Bit of pushing and shoving on the goalkeeper inside the box. As the ball comes into the far hand side, it's headed away by Ward. It's kept in here by Turner, and Turner tries to get Slough on the attack quickly, trying to find Roberts. Ball over the top here with Kapomu. Kapomu uses his body well to shield the ball, but Roberts can't get there, and it's well defended by Kapomu. But Slough obviously trying to use the pace of Roberts on the counter attack there, but to no avail with that ball forward. Some good defending. And it's a goal kick here to Hemel Hempstead Town. Walker, the goalkeeper, wearing a short sleeves this afternoon. And he's takes this kick. Long kick down the centre. Parks flicks it on really well into the path of Lobjoy. Lobjoy holding the ball up halfway inside the Slough half. Being forced to the left-hand side here by Togwell. Warren Harris with the challenge that comes in, but it's kept back in here towards Monlouis. Monlouis runs down. Warren Harris with another good challenge. And the ball's kept here by Monlouis, finding Cotter. Cotter 35 yards away from goal. Needs a bit of help. It comes from Masunda. Masunda back here towards Parks. Parks being forced backwards. Little ball inside towards Reed. Reed tries to get the ball in. Challenge from Nisbet comes in, and Wells under pressure has to go back towards the goalkeeper Turner, and Turner clears long for Slough. Masunda's underneath it, heads the ball up in the air. Lynch tries to get there first. It hits Lynch in the face and goes out of play for a Hemel Hempstead Town throw. And it'll be a throw for them 10 yards inside their own half. Quickly taken in towards Reed, who's brought down by Manny Williams. And that's a free kick to Hemel Hempstead. And it will be Masunda's going to take it quickly here for Hemel looking for the quick ball down the field. Beaten to the ball was Lobjoy by Sam Togwell. He comes as far as Cotter. Cotter out to the Monlouis. Monlouis finding the left back Howe, who's in an advanced position. Back here towards Monlouis, trying to play the ball in here towards Lobjoy. Lobjoy plays it up, and then Clifford is adjudged to have fouled. It's a free kick to Hemel Hempstead Town. This one's a little bit closer. This one is more 35 yards, but it's level with the 18-yard tram line on the far side. And again, Parks is the man that goes across to take it for Hemel Hempstead. The Slough defence lining up on the 18-yard line. Again, a three-man wall here for the Rebels. As Parks looks to float this ball into the box. Again, aim for Ward. Heads it across goal. It's hooked away by Clifford. Only up into the sky. And Ward gets another little header in. Cushioned away by Wells. Reed with the header in. Wells this time heads it away and finds Manny Williams. Here towards Nisbet. Nisbet's ball inside. First to the ball though is Howe. He gets there first before Harris and plays the ball. Ward still up forwards here. Takes it down on his thigh. And Clifford has to come back for Slough to get to the ball. The ball over the top here. Masunda with the header away. And then played forwards again by Cotter. Wells underneath it. And under pressure there's offside against Hemel Hempstead Town. And I think that Slough were just waiting for the offside decision to be given as they waited for the ball to come down. So it's a free kick here to Slough, halfway inside their own half. We've played 15 minutes. It's 0-0 between the two sides. And not a lot of goalmouth action going on at the moment. Just that save by Jack Turner. As Turner himself takes this free kick for Slough. It's going to go over the head of Warren Harris. Howe hooks the ball clear. And out of play for a throw. And it'll be a throw to Slough 10 yards inside their own half. And it's a mistake by Slough. Picked up here by Parks. Inside towards Lobjoy. Lobjoy just runs into Mark Nisbet. It's one back here by Slough. But the ball forwards for Roberts is too far and it's out of play for a goal kick, which is taken quickly. And Wells hits it up in the air. Sam Togwell with a header. Only as far as Cotter. Cotter just chips the ball forwards here for Amu to chase, but Warren Harris gets his body in the way, then chips it over Howe, and then runs down the far hand side. Ball inside towards Williams. Williams beaten to the ball, and it comes off Williams last, and it's a throw to Hemel Hempstead. Williams just disappointed with that. He felt the challenge from Ward was the ball that came off him last, but referee says it's a throw on the far hand side to Hemel Hempstead, 10 yards inside their own half. Played towards Lobjoy. Comes off Lobjoy's last, and it's a throw to Slough. Quickly taken by Jackman, finding Williams. Williams up against Ward. Ward manhandling Williams and hooks the ball straight out for a throw to the Rebels. And it'll be a throw level with the 18-yard line for Slough. And Josh Jackman will be the player that comes across to take it for the Rebels. And Slough again, just a little bit compact here at the moment. So then the ball comes out towards Clifford, in towards Jackman. Jackman will find Sam Togwell. Slough going backwards. Sam Togwell just scoops that high up in the air there. And Manny Williams beaten to the ball, but his header comes out as far as Lee Togwell, trying to find Lench, but Reed intercepts and then plays a good ball here towards Parks. Parks evades a challenge of Jackman. Still with the ball. Finds here Monlouis in the centre of midfield. Coming down the right-hand side. Holds the ball up. Being faced here by Lench, but he picks it up and goes round him. Then plays a little ball inside towards Parks. Parks trying to find a move, but Sam Togwell with composure plays the ball out towards Lee Togwell, and now Warren Harris running down the right-hand side with it for Slough. Got Lynch on the left-hand side if he can find him. Inside here toward Clifford. And Clifford sidesteps the referee towards Nisbet. Nisbet finds Lynch. Lynch has got Wells on the overlap if he needs him. And finds Wells down the left-hand side. Cuts it back in onto his left foot up against Kapomu. And Wells tries to get a cross into the near post. It's Masunda with the clearance in the end and finding Reed. Reed deep lying here this afternoon. And plays it back towards Walker. Walker skies it again. It's the second time he's done that this afternoon. And hits it off the side of his foot for a throw to the Rebels. And we've got some latest scores for you. Bath leading 1-0 at home to Truro. East Thurrock 1, Billericay 1. Torquay 0, Weston-super-Mare 1, and Welling 0, St Albans 1. That's the only goals so far. Ball's with Manny Williams on the edge, the 18-yard. Finds it out here towards Lee Togwell. In towards Warren Harris, back on the 18-yard line, but being pushed wide. Lee Togwell back in towards Warren Harris. Harris under pressure. Finds Josh Chapman. Slough going backwards when he needs to go forwards. Chapman trying to come down the right-hand side. Plays the ball inside towards Roberts. Roberts turns, gets the ball across, and a stretch there. The ball bouncing around. Lynch with the ball. Headed off the line. Comes back out to Richards. Roberts, tries to get across and out for a corner. And it was Matt Lynch with the ball. He was 6 yards away from it. He's waiting as the goalkeeper went down to try and chip it over his head. But Masunda with the goal line clearance for Hemel Hempstead. And it's a corner on the far hand side for Slough. Clifford again the man to go to take it for Slough. Another out-swinging corner from that far-hand side. And this time it's played in again towards the back post. Sam Togwell tries to head it on. It was actually Masunda with the header away. Comes here towards Reed, who's under pressure. Plays it across. One back here by Warren Harris. Harris running in the left side position. Inside towards Williams. Back here towards Harris. Harris gets past the 10. Gets caught there and wins a free kick for Slough. And the first foul for Hemel Hempstead this afternoon. And Matt Lynch is the man going to leave the free kick for Clifford to take. George Wells just wanders over. 20 minutes gone. Still 0-0 between the two sides. But Slough with the best effort so far. But that effort cleared off the line by Masunda. Two-man wall here. It's roughly about 20 yards away from goal. And just a little bit to the side of the corner of the 18-yard box. Wells it is that takes it, floats it into the box, goes all the way through. Took a touch off a Hemel defender, goes out for a throw to Slough on the far hand side, and I think Sam Togwell's going to go across to put a long throw into the box. He's around about 8 yards away from the corner flag as he launches the throw. Nisbet tries to flick it on. Howell wins the first header. Clifford little cushion header in, up in the air by Kapomu. Lee Togwell tries to head it goalwards and Walker comes off his line bravely and picks the ball up and then looks to try and find Lobjoit here, but Chapman with the header across, and it's good defensive play there by Josh Chapman. Heads it towards Turner, and then Turner plays it long this time for Warren Harris to chase down the right hand side. Harris will get there first, crosses first time. Williams and Roberts there. It's a header by Kapomu away, then Howell heads it on finding Parks. Parks gets the ball past Josh Chapman, but it's kept in by Lee Togwell. Finding Clifford, and Slough have the ball here with Sam Togwell. Inside towards Lynch. Lynch turns in towards Nisbet. Slough being pressurised as they bring the ball here. Nisbet's ball over the top. Goes all the way through to a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead Town. So we've got a goal for Chelmsford. Chelmsford won up against Concord, who are Slough's next opponents. And that will be next Saturday. We will be there as usual, as we always are. As we wait for Walker to take this goal kick, aimed on the far hand side. Chapman with the header away. In towards Roberts, trying to flick it on into the path of Warren Harris. Gets a lucky ricochet, and Harris continues his run down the right-hand side. Being forced into the corner flag. Plays it here towards Josh Chapman. Chapman just takes a side step, finding Clifford. Clifford holds the ball up. Just being chased down by Cotto. Ball back here with Warren Harris. Trying to create some space. It has to go all the way back towards Sam Togwell. Closed down by Lobjoy. In towards Clifford. Clifford turning on the right-hand side. Inside here towards Lee Togwell. Togwell finding Chapman. Slough keeping the ball, but no ball in the box as yet. Ball back here towards Lee Togwell. Togwell under pressure back towards Chapman. Chapman finding Clifford down the right-hand side. Clifford gets across, but it's deflected. Comes back out off him from Howell. And then Clifford into the box towards Warren Harris. Back here towards Clifford. Takes a touch. Trying to go past Cotter. Gets the ball in. Hill drills it across the face of the goal. Lynch will try and keep the ball in for Slough on the left-hand side. Does so. Up here against Kapumu. Lynch crosses first time, and it's just a little bit too high for Billy Clifford, and out of play for a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead Town. So 0-0 between the two sides. And we've just gone past the halfway point of the first half. Just bear with us a second. Sorry, just getting a bit of a dry throat there, so not missing anything. Walker yet to take this goal kick here for Hemel Hempstead Town. And it's Walker still just standing over the ball as the wind just picks up a little bit here at Arbour Park. Long clearance down the field looking for Lobjoy, headed away by Nisbet, comes out towards Parks. Parks' ball is only intercepted by Jackman, who plays it down the field for Manny Williams. Williams trying to hold it up. It comes off Monlouis last, and it'll be a throw to Slough just inside the Hemel Hempstead half. It's ball thrown in towards Clifford. Clifford has the ball taken off him, but it comes off Lobjoy last, and it's a throw to Slough. And the throw inside finds Manny Williams. Williams finding Lynch. Lynch got Wells on the overlap. Wells trying to cut down. He's got Reed in front of him. Gets a cross in, but it's blocked and comes out for a throw to Slough. Don't forget, if you want to get in contact with us, as Wells just runs straight into, then gets the ball back, luckily towards Lee Tugwell. And his ball, though, is intercepted by Monlouis, who forges forwards for Hemel Hempstead, running 40-50 yards. Ball outside here towards Parks. Parks back inside towards Monlouis. Takes a touch. Clifford with the challenge. And Clifford has won the ball. And he's got to book Monlouis for a dive, but I don't think it was a dive. It's that is a surprising decision by the referee here. It just looked as though Clifford timed the tackle really well, but Monlouis gets the first yellow card on the afternoon for simulation, and you don't often see it at this level. And I don't think you'll. That's a difficult one to see there, as our notes just go flying away in the wind. Turner's long ball down the field is wasted as Kapomo comes through. Williams tries to steal it off it, but he can't get there. And it's cleared by Kapomo up towards Lobjoy. Flicks the ball on well, but a move was on the back foot. And Monlouis with the header away. And Jackman just catches Parks there. It's a free kick. And it's a free kick to Hemel Hempstead Town. Good 35 to 40 yards away. Again down level with the tram line of that 18-yard box. And again, Parks is the player that's going to take it. Slough with a wall just appearing, just a one-man wall of Warren Harris. And Parks signalling that he's going to play this ball in high to the far-hand side. It's headed away by George Wells. And Lynch will get there first for Slough. Down the line by him. And Cotter just got a push in the back, but the referee didn't see it. And it's a throw for Slough. Taken quickly, trying to find Roberts. Roberts up against Kapumu. Roberts trying to get it. Kapumu defends it really well. Only down the line and hits Matt Lynch, and out of play for a throw. The referee's just going to have a word with the Hemel Hempstead Town management team. And I just think that one of them, it's bringing the linesman down on this near hand side, and both sets of the player manager and the assistant manager of Hemel Hempstead being spoken to by the referee here. I think they were a little bit disappointed in the fact that Monlouis got booked for diving, and he's just said to them, if there's any more of that, you'll be off. So there you go. The game will restart with this throw for Hemel Hempstead down by Kapumu. And Nisbet with the header away. It'll come through to Roberts. Roberts down the line for Williams, but it goes straight out of play. And it'll be a throw again towards Hemel Hempstead. This time they go back towards the goalkeeper, Walker. And Walker has plenty of time on the ball as he plays this ball down the field. Again, looking for lob joints. It hits him on the head, and then he wins a second one that finds Parks. Parks with the ball over the top for Reed to chase, but Lynch just shielding the ball there, and it's out of play for a throw. Goal kick, my apologies, to Slough. 28 and a half minutes gone, still 0-0 between the two sides, and very much not much going on today. Like I say, if you do want to get in contact, you can contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio, or via the chat room on the YouTube thing that you're listening to. Ward with the header away. It's one back here by Cotter. And Cotter goes back towards Masunda, goes back towards the goalkeeper, who this time gets a good clearance down the field. And Nisbet with the header. Monlouis wins it. This time he's fouled. Oh, he's not. This time it is a foul, and this time Clifford is judged to have fouled. And the referee is calling Sam Togwell over and Clifford. That is Clifford's foul number 4, I do believe. It doesn't. Does it tell you on there? Does it? It does, but it's 4. 4 fouls committed by Slough's number 8. So he just gets a talking to from the referee, and the free kick again for Hemel Hempstead Town, 40 yards away from goal. And again, Parks is the man standing over this free kick for Hemel Hempstead. This time he chips the ball in, aimed towards Ward, heads it back across the goal, and there's an offside on the far hand side against Hemel Hempstead. And there's a little bit of afters between Nisbet and Ward. And it's still going on between the two number 5s here at... the referee just said they're blowing his whistle, really. So, and he's going to call both number 5s over, Ward and Nisbet. And I think it's just a talking to the two defenders. And Jack Turner just been told to go away by the referee. And we're just waiting for the referee just to have a word, and he's just had a word. Dulwich Hamlet have taken the lead at home to Dartford. Dulwich 1, Dartford 0. So there you go. And Turner takes the kick short here towards George Wells. Wells down the line looking for the run of Roberts. Roberts has got a lot to do to chase that one and tries to get there, but just gets guided into the fence post there by Masunda. No free kick given. And a goal kick here to Hemel Hempstead Town. 31 minutes gone. 0-0 the score. And as of yet, apart from that effort from Matt Lynch cleared off the line and the shot from Parks, there's been very little goalmouth action in today's game. As we wait for Walker to come across to take this goal kick. And again, aimed out here, this time towards Reed. It's Lynch with the header away. Lee Togwell gets a touch to it, inside towards Williams. Williams holds the ball up for Slough and then finds it into the path of Chapman. Chapman down the right-hand side, just couldn't take it in his stride. And then finds Warren Harris, but it's just too far in front. And Howe being forced backwards towards his goalkeeper. It's gone out for a corner, surely it has. And Slough will have a 5th corner on that far-hand side. And again, Clifford is the man that goes across to take the corner. I'm just waiting for a... no, it's not. It's going to be George Wells to take the corner. Just as I said, Clifford was going across. George Wells runs across. Commentator's curse, isn't it? So, there you go. Oh, now the second ball's come back on. We've got 2 balls on the pitch. We haven't got a corner yet. I think George is going to take them 2 together. And it will be George Wells to take an in-swinging corner for Slough. So different change of direction on that far-hand side for the Rebels. And Wells it is. Takes it in near post. It's a poor corner. Easily cleared by Monlouis. And Clifford takes the throw short towards Lynch. Lynch down the line here towards Wells. Wells crosses it again this time. Or it's missed there by Ward. And then hooked clear by Masunda. But there's an offside against Slough. And it will be a free kick to the visitors. So this battle between 12th and 13th isn't really living up to any kind of expectations at the moment. And I'm sure that our good friends at FC Video will manage to get at least one highlight out of this first half for you. Although it may take some time. Well, we got 2. We reckon we got 2. Right. So there you go. A long kick down the field. Lovejoy heads it on again. Well, this time headed away by Nisbet. Lee Togwell with the header. Clifford plays it forwards. Here towards Roberts. Takes it on his chest, but just can't control it. Ward gets it, hits it straight at Roberts. And then it's headed on by Warren Harris. And Roberts is in an offside position. And not much he could do about that. It was, but the referee's brought it back for a free kick to Slough. Just before you go and put that through as an offside, it's a free kick to the Rebels. I don't know what this referee's seeing. let's just hope that he's got some night vision goggles to get home tonight, because it's a free kick to Slough for a foul on Warren Harris. 35 yards away from goal, level with the tram line of the 18 yard. It's again George Wells is the man standing over this free kick for Slough. And Wells this time floats it right into the box, easily claimed by Walker, but there's a couple of bodies down in the box, slowly getting to their feet. And Walker kicks it out of play. It's Howe that's down injured, holding his ankle. Sorry, that wasn't broadcastable. My apologies there. Just sometimes people come round and say something, and sometimes it's me. Howe is down injured here at the moment. And that gives both sets of teams a chance to grab some refreshments here. It has got suddenly chillier here in Slough, and it's suddenly got a little bit colder here this afternoon. Other goals for you. East Thurrock have taken the lead at home to Billericay. East Thurrock 2, Billericay 1. And apart from that, it's as it was before, the big score of the day being Torquay 0. Bottom of the table, Western Supermare 1. So upset there at the moment. There's no good showing me the league table. I can't read anything. I can't see. As it is, 12th and 13th are still in the same position, so not much going on. And Howe is back to his feet, and he is going to... It looks like he will be able to continue. He's just coming off now. Seems to be okay. Yeah, I'll have a cup of tea. 1 sugar. Thank you. And Slough are just going to give the ball back to the goalkeeper, Walker. And Howard's just going to come back on once the referee has waved him on. And he allows him to come on. Walker's kick goes high in the air and Lynch heads it on. And Howard's just come on, gets a touch to it. Lee Togwell wins it for Slough. It's here with George Wells. Tries to chip it out towards Warren Harris. And Ward takes it down, gets it almost naked off him by Warren Harris. Clearance though by Howe in a covering position. Finds Lobjoit, but again hits him on the back of the head. And Lobjoit's gone down. That hit Howe on the hand, but the referee says play on. Ball's here with Warren Harris. And tries to find Manny Williams. And Williams just overruns it. And Lobjoit's still down injured here at the moment. But Hemel Hempstead are playing on. And it's Monlouis down the line here. And Nisbet comes across for Slough. And game's still going on. Lobjoit's back to his feet. And the ball's here with Lee Togwell. Finding Clifford. Clifford back here towards Sam Togwell. Almost on his 18-yard line. I think Lobjoit just got a bit of whack on the back of the head. He seems to be fine. And Williams Ford is too far in front of Josh Jackman. And it's out of play for a throw to Hemel Hempstead on the far hand side. And Howe still feeling the effects of that ankle injury here. And got a funny feeling that he may not be okay to continue. Again, they're calling for the physio to come on. Good afternoon to Terry Keneally and Tequila Shark. Who said he's got this game down as having at least 6 goals. Well, the second half, you never know. Slough are pretty bad second half. They may just concede 6. So don't give up yet, Tequila. Howe still getting some treatment there on the far hand side. As the stoppage in play for his injury. Lobjoit, who went down, seems to be fine as well. But Howe just still getting some treatment here down on the far hand side, and it could well be that you'll see a substitution. They're just waiting for the physio to see if they can get him back on. They obviously want him on the pitch, but I think they are going to have to do a substitution. Hemel Hempstead Town enforced by injury. And the substitution will be, once we get the board coming up, the player off is number 3, who is Joe Howe. No board going up, so can't see who's coming on. But I can tell you it looks like it's number 12, who is Oliver Swain. He is the player coming on. So Swain comes on 40 minutes for Howe. So that's Oliver Swain on for Joe Howe, who got injured there in the first half and just can't continue. So the substitution there, and just bought a lovely cup of tea, all nice and strong. That's how we like it. And so that substitution is Swain, and Swain will go straight in as left back cover. And the game will restart with a throw, which Swain will take. So straight into the game for the left back. And Swain's throw, volleyed away though by Jackman. Roberts tries to get there first. It comes off Masunda last. It'll be a throw to Slough. And Howe's going straight into the changing room with an ice pack on. So obviously a not compact injury to his ankle. Jackman takes the throw quickly for Slough. Goes towards Sam Togwell. Chase back here towards Turner. Turner gets a good connection on the ball. But up for a free header though for Ward to head away. Sam Togwell chases it back and hooks it clear down the line. Warren Harris trying to get there. Ward's header only comes as far as Lee Togwell. Togwell in towards Jackman. Jackman down the line looking for Warren Harris. Harris gets there first. Beats Swain to the ball. Holds the ball up really well. Gives it here towards Jackman. Jackman just chipping it forwards. Just a loose ball played forwards there by Jackman. And it's hooked clear only as far as Lee Togwell. Under pressure though from Amoud. Togwell just gets the ball out here towards Warren Harris. Got Clifford down the right hand side. Finds Clifford. Clifford just gets back on side. Clifford down the byline. Crosses in hard and low. Williams! Oh, what a great effort that was by Manny Williams. It was behind him and he dived backwards with his feet to try and hook the ball goalwards as if to just aim it not on anywhere on target, and it forces a good save from Walker from Manny Williams' effort, and then Slough have the ball one back again with Warren Harris. He's having a bit of influence on this game. Double down the right hand side here for Jackman to bring down. He's run from the halfway line to the 18-yard line. Crosses in first time, looking for Roberts over. He gets a head to it, but he can't direct it goalwards. Ball still in play, and it's here with Reed. And Reed goes back towards Masunda. Masunda back towards Reed. Slough trying to pin Hemel Hempstead Town in here, and they get the ball clear in the end. Aimed against the Lovejoy, headed away by Nisbet. Cotter gets a header to it, only as far as Clifford. Clifford's little cushion header finds Lynch. Lynch towards Wells. Wells whips it straight across here now for Jackman. Jackman coming down that right-hand side again, bringing the ball with him. This time finding Warren Harris, who's got a bit of space. Swain a little bit further behind. Warren Harris gets across in. It's a little bit too close and goes straight out of play. We won't even call that a shot because it was... He hit the side netting, but it was a cross, wasn't it? So... there you go. So Slough with the two best efforts of the game so far. Header off the line by Masunda from Lynch, and then that effort from Manny Williams just hooking the ball goalwards, but saved low by Walker. Otherwise, not a lot going on as we've got 2.5 minutes of normal time left. There'll be a little bit of injury time to add on. Roberts tries to get there. Ball comes out here towards Clifford. Ball over the top here for Williams to chase. Williams is in front of Ward, holding the ball up. Williams needs a bit of help. Comes from Roberts on the edge of the 18-yard line. Holds it up here towards Wells. Wells finds Lynch. Lynch for a chance to cross in first time at the far-hand side. Aim towards Warren Harris over the head of him. And Harris will try and keep the ball in, but he can't. It's out of play for a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead Town. So, still not much action going in on here this afternoon. And Walker will come across to take this goal kick from the thing. Takes it from the centre of the goal. I'm just going to wait to see how many minutes of added time will go on. Don't forget, we will have our half-time quiz. Today's is club nicknames. As Walker aims it long again towards Lovejoy. Again, easily headed away by Nisbet. Comes out here towards Warren Harris. This time he played through towards Lee Togwell, who stretches and plinds the ball towards Roberts. Roberts on the edge of the 18-yard box. Takes a shot. but it's over the top of the bar from the young lad on dual reg from Windsor. And just puts his hands up to acknowledge that there was players in a good position. Running out of footballs here at Arbour Park. But that's because we do have the world's oldest ball boys. So that's the reason for that. Walker to take this goal kick. And the overcast skies are very much overcasting today's game, as it's like the weather a little bit dull so far this afternoon. As Walker takes his kick and goes straight out of play for a throw to Slough. And George Wells wants to take it for the Rebels. Aiming to go forwards, 10 yards inside his own half. Finding Williams comes off the head of Kapomu last. It's a throw to Slough. Taken quickly by Lench in towards George Wells. Wells needs a little bit of help. Chimps the ball forwards. Kapomu with the header away, and it's a throw to Slough. Almost level with the 18-yard line. Wells again to take the throw for Slough. Nisbet's come forwards to help him out. Inside towards Wells. Wells is tackled by Cotter. Out of play for another throw. 5 minutes of added time. And the ball's thrown in here towards Clifford. Clifford, little ball outside towards Lee Togwell. Back here towards Wells. Wells, cuts inside past two. Child still running with the ball. Finds Nisbet, who's still up forwards here. Finding Williams. Williams trying to turn. Him and Roberts run into each other. Lee Togwell with the header on, finding George Wells. Wells heads it back towards Josh Chapman. Chapman just loops the ball forwards. Roberts tries to get there. Wins the header, but Masunda waits for the goalkeeper to come out, and it's guided back towards the goalkeeper, Walker. He throws the ball out quickly down that left-hand side for Parks. Parks down the line. It's gone straight out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And we're into the added time here at Arbour Park. Throw comes in short here towards Jack Turner, the goalkeeper, out of his area, and launches a long kick down the field. Ward with a cushioned header. Roberts gets a foot to the ball. It's one back here by Warren Harris in towards Roberts. Roberts just treads on the ball, and Cotter has a chance to clear. Finds Parks, but Parks' ball forwards hits Jackman and goes out of play for a throw. Quickly taken by Hemel Hempstead, and it's here with Slough's Billy Clifford. Clifford finding Warren Harris. Harris, bit of space down the right-hand side. Just eases the ball back here towards Clifford. Clifford turning towards goal, finding George Wells. Wells takes a touch, has a shot, hits Cotter on the head, and Parks can bring the ball in here, but Lynch tries to win it back for Slough. It's hooked clear in the end by Ward, and Reed will try and keep the ball in down this right-hand side. Does so well. Cuts inside past Wells, inside here towards Cotter. Cotter's ball in, finding Parks. Parks turning up on this near-hand side. Kapomo on the overlap, trying to skip past a couple of challenges. Does really well. Lynch tries to come across. It's a good cross, but the referee assistant says there's a foul by Lynch. And it will be a free kick to Hemel Hempstead. Lynch is looking at the linesman as if to say, what did I do? But a little bit late on the challenge, and a free kick to Hemel Hempstead, almost like a short corner, where it's 4 yards in, maybe 6 yards in from the corner flag, a little bit closer towards the goal than I initially thought. And it's Reed this time that will take this free kick from this near-hand side. And whips it in, and what an absolute waste that is. He's hit it so hard, it's gone out right by the corner flag on the far-hand side. And it's a goal kick here to the Rebels. As we've still got around a minute and a half of the added time for that injury to Joe Howe. Half-time scores coming through. Half-time Dulwich Hamlet 1, Dartford 0. And it's Turner with this goal kick here for Slough. And this time we play again on the right-hand side, looking for Warren Harris. Harris shrugs off the challenger Swain, gets in the edge of the box, tries to cross it. Swain, though, comes back and defends it really well, but then plays the ball straight out of play and into the stand on the far-hand side. Did I just knock his tee over? Almost landed in the bin. Ball's here with Lynch, finding Manny Williams. Williams just coming deep to find Lynch again. Plays it inside towards Wells. Wells a little bit further forward. Chip. Lovely ball played out on the far-hand side for Warren Harris. Harris has to keep it in. Crosses first time. His cross doesn't get the best of connections, and Ward hooks the ball clear. And that's gone straight into St Joseph's School, so we need another ball. And it'll be a throw to Slough. Still got a couple of still about a minute and 10 seconds to of this first half still to go. And Lynch is the man that goes across to take this throw for Slough. And it's Lynch level with the 18-yard line. Throw into the box. Nisbet tries to help it on. It's one back by Clifford on the edge of the 18-yard box. And he does really well to keep the ball up and then takes a shot from the corner of the box. But it's well saved by Walker, who had plenty of time to see the ball. And Walker just has the ball in his hands here at the moment. And places a long high kick into that grey sky. Lee Togwell with the header, but Swain just helps it back towards his goalkeeper. And Walker just has to race to keep that ball in on the far hand side. Clifford tries to close him down, but it's cleared by the goalkeeper. And Jackman with the header wins his knockdown, keeps the ball in, plays it down the line. Clifford's offside and the ball has gone out of play. So it'll be a throw to Hemel Hempstead down that far hand side. In fact, it won't, because the referee with a second to go has blown up here for half time, and the half time score is Slough Town 0, Hemel Hempstead. Okay, apologies there that you lost a little bit of sound there. My apologies for that. I just accidentally pulled the plug out, which was really clever. But there you go. So we will try and give you the half-time scores for you as well, and give you the quiz as well. Your quiz is nicknames this afternoon. Just got to reset up something on the computer. Just bear with me for a second. So I don't know what I did there. I don't know why I just actually must have knocked the wire out and turned everything off, which was really clever. But there you go. It's because it's so cold here this afternoon. That's what it is. So your half-time quiz then this afternoon. These are team nicknames. So we're looking for, what is the nickname of Toronto's ice hockey team? So what is the nickname of Toronto's ice hockey team? Which football club are nicknamed the Silkmen? So which football club are nicknamed the Silkmen? What sport do the Denver Nuggets play? What is the nickname of Bury FC? And what is the team name of the Florida baseball team? So there you go. That's your halftime quiz this afternoon. And we're just going to try and find you the halftime scores. It's Bath 1, Truro 0. Chelmsford 1, Concord Rangers 1. Chippenham 0, Oxford 0. Dulwich 1, Dartford 0. East Thurrock United 2, Billericay Town 1, Gloucester City 0, Wealdstone 0, Hampton and Richmond 0, Eastbourne Borough 0, Hungerford Town 0, Woking 0, Torquay 0, Western Supermare 1, and Welling 0. St Albans Town 1. So there you go. Those are your scores from the National League South. Reminder that this coming Friday, 8th of March, Arbour Park will be hosting the England under 18s schoolboys. So that's here at Arbour Park. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff. You're just going to have to bear with me for a second. It has come over a little bit cold, so I'm just going to put a jacket on. Just bear with me a second.
You're not missing much, that's for sure. I have no idea who's on which team, mate. Even the shorts are the same, you know, the two are.
Yeah. Right, so we're back. It's a little bit cold here at Arbour Park, so just put my coat on. Apologies for the break there. So just up and coming games for you for Slough then. We've just done the England Internationals against Wales on this Friday at Arbour Park. 7 o'clock kickoff. It's only £5 for adults and £3 kids to come. And a nice early kickoff at 7 means that the boys will be back in bed by 9 o'clock. For the Rebels, they are away to Concord Rangers next Saturday. 3 o'clock kickoff. There's a supporters coach going from St Joe's. And then the week after that, Slough will be at home to Billericay Town. So please keep that as the other game for you to come down. That's the next home game for Slough Town here at Arbour Park. So I don't know how it's got so cold here in Slough. It wasn't that cold earlier, but it was nice and sunny earlier. But suddenly it's all gone a little bit downhill in the terms of the fact that it suddenly just decided to go real cold. And there you go. So let's hope it just gets a little bit warmer here. It's absolutely freezing at the moment. So 0-0 here between the two sides. Not really much to go on about. Slough have had two very good efforts. One by Matt Lench, which was headed off the line by Frankie Masunda. And then Slough had the effort from Manny Williams, as it was a little bit behind him, but he just stretched to hook the ball goalwards, forcing a good low save from the Hemel goalkeeper, Laurie Walker. For Hemel Hempstead Town, they've had that shot from Jordan Parks from around 25 yards out, was well saved by Jack Turner. But apart from that, it's not really been a lot to chat about, unfortunately. So there you go. What I'm going to do is see if we can find you some more half-time scores from other games for you. And as usual, we won't give you anything from the Premier League, as we know some of you like to watch Match of the Day without knowing the scores, so we won't do that. Let's have a look at what else is going on in Sky Bet Championship. Well, Aston Villa have had a first half to remember. Aston Villa 4, Derby 0, Brentford 0, QPR 0. That's a London derby there. Hull City 1, Birmingham 0, Ipswich Town 0, Reading 1, Millwall 1, Norwich City 1, Preston 1, Bristol City 0, Rotherham 0, Blackburn 0. Sorry, Rotherham 1, Blackburn 0, Stoke 1, Forest 0, and Swansea and Wigan's games are both 0-0. So into Sky Bet League 2, Accrington and Coventry is 0-0. It's Bristol Rovers 2, Blackpool 0. Then Burton Walsall, Doncaster Charlton, Fleetwood Gillingham, Luton Rochdale and Oxford United, Scunthorpe are 0-0. Peterborough 3, Wickham 2 is a first half score. Portsmouth 2, Bradford 0, Shrewsbury 0, Wimbledon 0, Barnsley 1 at Southend earlier on today, 3-0. And it's Sunderland 1, Plymouth Argyle 0. Into League 2, it's Bury 1, Macclesfield Town 0, Crewe 0, Northampton Town 2, Exeter 0, Tranmere 1, Forest Green 1, Lincoln 1, Grimsby 0, Cambridge United 1, Mansfield 2, Cheltenham 0, MK Dons 1, Crawley 0, Newport 1, Carlisle 0, Notts County, Port Vale, Oldham Athletic versus Stevenage are 0-0. It's then Swindon 2, Colchester 0, and Yeovil 0, Morecambe 1. Into the National League itself, that's the one above. It's AFC Fylde 1, Maidenhead 1, Aldershot 0, Gateshead 0, Barnet 1, Barrow 0, Bromley 0, Boreham Wood 1, Dover 1, Braintree 0, Eastleigh 0, FC Halifax 0, Ebbsfleet 0, Salford City 1, Harrogate Town 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Havant and Waterlooville 0, Leighton Orient 1. It's Sutton 1, Hartlepool United 0, and Wrexham 0, Chesterfield 0. And we're just going to see if we can find you. Just going to look to see if Maddie Stevens has made the team for Peterborough United. No, Maddie Stevens on the bench for Peterborough this afternoon. So seems to be staying on the bench there at Peterborough. We should just bring him back for a couple of weeks, really. And just waiting around for the teams to come out for the second half. We'll give you the answers to our quiz in a second. Sorry, just finishing off that tea while it was warm. We've had the half-time kickabout with the mascots and juniors who are here this afternoon. Let's try and find you the National League North for you. It's Alfreton 0, Ashton 0, Altrincham 0, Chester 0, Blythe 1, Brackley 3, Boston United 0, Telford 1, Bradford Park Avenue 1, Curzon Ashton 1, Darlington 1, Chorley 0, FC United and Manchester 1, Hereford 1, Guiseley 0, Southport 0, Kidderminster Harriers 1, Nuneaton Borough 1, Leamington 0, York City 1, and Stockport County 0, Spennymoor Town 0. So those are your scores so far for you this afternoon. Not a lot of goals going on in the National League South either. So we're just waiting for... doesn't look like the weather's going to get much warmer here at Arbour Park, unfortunately. Well, there's a lot of people gone back to wearing some woolly hats and coats have gone on. So it's not just me feeling the cold here at Arbour Park. Just bear with us a second. So we've just got some bits of information for you. The last time that these two teams met at Slough, don't forget the first visit that Hemel Hempstead Town have made to Arbour Park. The last time these two teams met where Slough were hosting was 2009. That was an FA Cup game, and Slough won 2-1 thanks to goals from Paul Edgeworthy and Simon Martin. And both sides have fairly similar position in the last 6 games that they played. Hemel have won 1, drawn 3, lost 2, whereas Slough have won 0, drawn 2 and lost 4. Hemel currently sit with the 7th best away record in the National League South, winning 6, drawing 4 and losing 6 of their 16 games away from home. And Slough are just finding life at home in the National League South a little bit harder than they would most probably have guessed, but they've still lacking the fact that Ben Harris is injured and most probably out for the rest of the season. He's out for 8 weeks. I think there's 10 weeks of the season left, so he's got 2 weeks to come back fit, which will be a little bit of an ask for him. As the Slough players start to come out for the start of the second half, the small band of Hemel fans have been singing throughout the game. They've been getting behind their team. Slough fans have been a little bit quiet this afternoon. I guess the weather is making them all a little bit chilly. So we've just got the Hemel players coming out as well. So we're just waiting for the 2 sets of teams to fully come out, and we'll give you those starting lineups for the second half. And the Hemel fans behind that goal just making a little bit of noise here this afternoon, which is always good to have. And I'm just counting the number of players they've gone out for. 8, 9, 10. I can't count how many they got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still one short for Hemel Hempstead. Slough are just starting to come out now. And they've got some warming up to do, but none of them are standing there to do it. But the Hemel fans are in good voice behind that goal as we wait for the start of the second half. Sam Togwell just doing a little bit of warming up there, just kicking the last cone away. And 4, 8, 10. So I can tell you that the team for the second half for Hemel Hempstead is as it finished the first half. So it's Walker 1, Kapomu 2, 4 is the Captain Parks, 5 Ward, 6 Masunda, 7 Cotter, 8 Monlouis, 9 Lobjoy, 10 Amu, and 11 is Reed, with Swain as a first half substitution for the Rebels. No changes for them. So it's Turner 1, Josh Jackman 2, Wells 3, Sam Togwell the captain 4, Nisbet 5, Lee Togwell 6, Lench 7, 8 Clifford, 9 Williams, 10 Roberts, and 11 is Warren Harris. So now we'll be shooting in the second half from left to right. So they'll be shooting towards the St Joe's end, and Slough will also have the kickoff here this second half. The referee just making sure that there's 11 from each side. And the linesmen are in place. And that is the kickoff here for the second half. And Slough play it straight in towards Swain, headed away though by him. Lee Togwell with the header wins a free kick for a foul there. And Slough take it short here with Warren Harris coming down the right hand side. Trying to pressure Swain. It comes off Swain for a corner. And Slough 6 of the game, first of the second half. And this time Clifford will be the person that comes out to take this corner. And it'll be an outswinging. If people could kindly move out of the way, that might help. Clifford takes the corner to the back post. It's volleyed clear though by Masunda. Lench will get there first for the Rebels. Under pressure, and Lobjoy gets to the ball, kicks it out of play. A throw to Slough, which Jackman will take. And we'd love to tell you what's going on, but everyone's coming up and down the stairs. Ball played in towards Lynch. Back here towards Jackman. Down the line for Williams. Williams trying to hold the ball up. Parks gets to the ball first. Sam Togwell heads the ball away. Masunda then heads it back out. Then it's Nisbet's flicked on. Roberts with a flick on here. Comes through to Ward. Ward, little cushion ball, finding Kapomu on the far hand side. His ball down the field goes out of play and out for a throw to Slough. So second half starting very quietly here. Slough fans still quiet behind that goal, being literally outsung by a group of around about 20 Hemel Hempstead fans on the far hand side. And the ball thrown in quickly, comes back here towards Wells. Wells goes back towards his goalkeeper Turner, being chased down by Lobjoy, but his clearance is long from Turner. Roberts tries to win the header, hits him on the back of the head and comes out towards Cotter, but Cotter just overruns it. Lynch is in there to steal the ball, finds Clifford. Clifford turning away from danger, finding a ball out here for Jackman. Jackman can't keep the ball in, and it's a throw to Hemel Hempstead, taken quickly by Parks, trying to find a move up against a few. Clifford comes in with a challenge, and then it's Jackman who wins the ball out here for Slough, and then plays it down the line, but it goes out of play, and Jackman has gone down injured here, and it was a big old scream there. I think that could be it's his knee that he's holding here, and this looks quite a he's slowly getting up to his feet. It looks like it might be his calf muscle actually that he's holding here. And it's Jackman just on the edge of the pitch here, just coming off to allow the game to continue. And the throw will come in from Swain on the halfway line, inside towards Cotter. Cotter's ball played back here for Masunda to chase. Slough temporarily down to 10 men. And they've won the ball on the far hand side. Actually comes off Roberts last for a throw to Hemel Hempstead. And Kapomu will take the throw. Eventually on that far hand side, 10 yards inside his own half, back inside here towards Cotter. Cotter stretches to find Ward. Ward spreads it out here towards Swain. Swain's ball takes the deflection off Williams and comes through towards Parks. Parks turns and then plays it out towards the right back, Kapumu. He plays it down the line for Reed. Reed comes back in. Jackman's back on the pitch, so Slough back to 11. And ball's here with Kapumu inside towards Reed. Reed turns, opens his body to enable him to bring the ball forwards here, trying to through, and he just runs into a group of Slough players, and Lee Togwell brings the ball out for Slough inside here towards Williams. Williams held up by Cotter, and Williams stretches to do it, but the tackle comes in from Monlouis, and Lobjoit being held off here. Little back heel by him finds Monlouis. Monlouis plays it across here towards Cotter. Cotter in that central position, centre circle, orchestrating here for Hemel Hempstead. Back here towards Kapumu. Kapumu puts on the burners, trying to do that, but he goes across the pitch. Ball played here towards Swain. Swain down the line, looking for the run of Amu. Amu holding the ball up here against Sam Togwell. Togwell just trying to hold him up. Amu finding Parks. Parks being forced backwards by Warren Harris. And Harris does well. Back here towards Ward, finding Swain. Inside here towards Cotter. Hemel Hempstead keeping the ball a little better. Manny Williams almost catches Parks, but Parks evades the challenge and plays it across here towards Cotter. Cotter turns away from Clifford, plays it in to Lobjoit. Lobjoit being chased by Nisbet. Ball comes out on the far hand side to Kapumu. Inside towards Reed. Reed hugging that right touchline. Ball inside by Parks. Parks now popping up on the right hand side. Here towards Cotter. Cotter chipping the ball forwards for the run of Amu, who's onside, but Nisbet gets to his body in the way and hooks the ball clear. Up here towards Williams. Williams did a ball inside towards Warren Harris. Harris has got Roberts in front of him and tries to find him. Roberts in a foot race with Masunda. Masunda's first to the ball and plays it across towards Walker. And Walker under pressure. Oh, poor kick by him, but he gets it towards Cotter. And Cotter's clearance will almost find Reed, but he can't keep the ball in. And it's a throw to Slough just inside the halfway line, which Wells takes, gives it towards Nisbet. Nisbet gives it back towards Wells. Wells up in the air towards Lynch, takes it down, hooks the ball on towards Roberts. Roberts holds it up, then hooks it on, looking for Wells. Headed away though by Ward and out for a throw to Slough. And they're about 10 yards inside. And it's maybe 15 yards actually inside the... Oh, quick throw down the line here for Warren Harris to chase. Holds the ball up inside here towards Roberts. Roberts needs a little bit of help. He tries to hit it with the outside of his foot. It will come out here towards Amu. Heavy touch by him allows Clifford to get in to the front and then finds Manny Williams down the right-hand side. Williams cuts inside well. Little dink ball inside towards Warren Harris. Just gets it caught in his feet but finds the ball out towards Togwell. Togwell chips it in. Diving header there by Swain. And it's here with Parks. Finding Lobjoit, who's got a bit of space here now to run at the Slough defence up against Sam Togwell. Lynch has come across to help out. Comes off Lobjoit. No, it comes off some Tagwell last actually. Or Sam Togwell. Not some Togwell. And a throw to Hemel Hempstead Town taken quickly here towards Swain. Inside towards Cotter. Cotter does well but then just runs in towards Clifford. And then Nisbet's there to hammer the ball up into that horrible grey sky. And Kapumu will see the ball out play for a throw. Thrown quickly inside here towards Reed. Reed turns away from George Wells. Wells staying with him, but Reed turns away from him. And then looks to play the ball across here towards Swain, the left back. Has the ball out here towards Parks. Parks turns inside with the ball. Looking with a little pass, trying to find the run of Lobjoit, but too close towards Jack Turner. And Turner comes to the edge of his box and races to get to the ball. And Turner just drops it on his 18-yard line, then plays it down the line, looking for Warren Harris. Comes off the head of Swain, and it's a throw to the Rebels. 10 yards inside the Hemel Hempstead Town half. Jackman to take the throw inside towards Williams. Williams can't control it properly, and it's quite clear with Lee Togwell. Down the line, headed away by Swain. Williams takes it on his shoulder but can't get it, and again it's Lee Togwell with the ball here. Inside here towards George Wells. Wells hits it, pinging it towards Warren Harris, comes off the head of Swain, and it will be a throw to the Rebels. Almost level with the 18-yard line. Warren Harris takes it quickly towards Clifford. Clifford inside towards Jackman. Jackman inside. I still can't see. Ball inside towards Clifford. Clifford plays it across the line. Goalkeeper comes out to save it. It's hooked away though by Hemel Hempstead. Jackman tries to help it in. Kapumu side foots it wide of the goal. And now to play for a throw to Slough. 20 yards away, ball down the line for Williams. He stretches to hold it back in. Wells crosses here with some power. Warren Harris tries to head it back across goal, does well. Roberts tries to get there, comes to the edge of the box to Lee Togwell. Takes a shot! How great save! Roberts can't get there. Great save again by the goalkeeper. Back out. And then Hemel Hempstead can clear. 2 efforts for Slough. A great save by Walker from the first one from Togwell. And now Parks is on the attack here for Hemel Hempstead. He's got a player in front of him who can find it. Oh, superb defending by Josh Chapman. And Chapman's got caught there as he went down. And it's out for a corner. End-to-end football here. This second half has started a little bit. And great save by Walker from Lee Togwell. Roberts just couldn't get the ball goal bound. Corner's taken short here by Hemel Hempstead. Drilled straight at George Wells by Parks. Comes back out here towards Reed. Reed hits his cross. It hits Matt Lynch. Comes out here towards Cotter. Cotter helps the ball into the far hand side. Masunda's offside. And it'll be a free kick to the Rebels. End to end here at Arbour Park. Slough had those efforts. Well saved by the goalkeeper. And then he just blocked the other one and just thrown his body in the way. Then straight down the other end for Hemel Hempstead Town, and a great challenge from Josh Chapman, blocking the cross from Parks with 2 players waiting inside the box for it. Turner takes this goal kick on the far hand side, finding Lynch. Lynch just gets stretches to the ball and gets it in here towards George Wells. Wells running with the ball up against the move, plays it inside here for Lynch to get through. Kapoma comes across and Kapoma's caught by Lynch. It's a free kick to the visitors. Matt Lynch just to have just fouled as Kapumu came across. And a free kick for Hemel Hempstead Town, taken inside their penalty area. So almost level with the 6-yard line. And second half already better than the first half. Jeff Paul wants to know what the squad is. The score is 0-0, and for just going to let Nisbet clear the ball down the line, looking for Williams. It comes through here towards Lovejoy. He just had it taken off him by Wells. Wells goes down and loses the ball. It's back here with Cotter. Cotter just gets it taken off him by Williams. Williams' chance to bring the ball out here for Slough. Trying to find Roberts. Roberts gets past him. Goes round the goalkeeper. Puts it cleared away by Swain. And Roberts close to his opening goal. Swain with the tackle. As it was Roberts rounded the goalkeeper, aimed it goalwards. Very thank you to Tequila Shark, who's given Jeff Paul the team so that I don't have to. Thank you for that, Tequila. Doing my job for me. Roberts, though, goes round the goalkeeper, aims it goalwards. Swain with the challenge to clear it, not off the line, but 6-yard line he was. Ball here with Williams. Ball played across here towards Lee Togwell, finding Clifford. Clifford takes a shot, it goes through all the players, and that is well wide of the goal, but certainly a better second half than we had first half, and at least FC Video will have something to do this evening. And the referee is just calling over the Hemel Hempstead captain, Parks, and not sure why, but Roberts just scratching his head there as he rounded the goalkeeper on the edge of the box, aimed it goalwards, but cleared away by Swain. And now defending here as George Wells sees the ball out of play. Reed tries to keep it in. It's gone out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And it'll be George Wells to take the throw for Slough, halfway inside his own half on that far left-hand side. Throws it back towards Turner, who takes the touch, being chased down by Lovejoy. Plays the ball across here. Warren Harris tries to get there. It comes off Swain, who was first half substitute as well for Hemel Hempstead. Jackman takes the throw quickly towards Sam Togwell, being chased down by Amu. Plays it here towards Turner. Turner under pressure from 2 Hemel Hempstead players. Plays the ball down. Williams tries to get it. Comes off the head of Ward towards Lynch. Lynch has got Williams on one side. He's going to take a shot from distance, and it's well saved by Walker, but Lynch maybe should have tried to feed Williams or Clifford in there, but the ball's thrown out here towards Reed. Reed has his effort blocks and then just stretches to get to the ball before Manny Williams. Ball played in here towards Monlouis, running through the centre here. Plays it on the left-hand side here towards Parks. Parks coming down the left-hand side, trying to get it back on his right foot. Great challenge by Josh Chapman again, who brings the ball out here for Slough. and tries to release Roberts, but Ward intercepts. Back out here towards Parks. Game certainly livening up. Parks trying to thread the ball in. Lenchard fielding back in as right back, intercepts the ball and has the ball here. Plays it out on the far hand side towards George Wells. Wells got a bit of space on the left hand side to pick a pass. Digs the ball out here towards Warren Harris. Taken down on his chest. Got inside of him is Josh Chapman. Finds Chapman. Chapman running towards the ball. Plays it here towards Warren Harris behind the defence. Harris crosses from the sideline. Headed away by Ward. Only as far as Parks it is on this near hand side. He brings the ball down. Plays it in. Tries to find Lobjoy. Intercepted by Nisbet on his chest. Gets a shout of man on. Ball inside towards Clifford. Clifford finding Warren Harris again down this right hand side. Having good... seeing a lot of the ball inside. The ball inside towards Lynch by the 6-yard box. Tries to play it in and it comes off Ward for a corner. Their second of the second half here for the Rebels. And Slough definitely a bit brighter here the second half. But still 0-0 here with almost an hour gone. And it will be Clifford to take the corner for Slough. And no one had gone and got the ball. Sam Togwell just rushes to get to the ball now. Throws that one down. Hits the corner flag. I wonder if he plays golf, because that's a heck of a shot. Clifford take this out swinging corner here for the Rebels. And Slough just trying to break. Needs a good delivery. Is a good delivery into the box. Headed away though. Edge of the box towards Lent. Takes a touch. Takes a shot. It comes off a deflection for another corner to Slough. This time it'll be on the left hand side. And who's going to take this one? Clifford doesn't seem to be in a hurry to take it. And it is Clifford who's going to go across to take. And this time it'll be Manny Williams has come short to take it. And Codder's nowhere near 10 yards. And Williams is still standing over it. Again, he's going to leave it for Clifford. So Clifford will take it. This will be an in-swinging corner here for Slough. And it's played in towards the far hand side. Sam Togwell heads it back across goal. It's hooked away by Hemel Hempstead. It will come out. Manny Williams chasing the ball back. He's got Clifford on the far hand side. Gives the ball here to Clifford. Clifford trying to come in on his right foot. Does so. Gets across in. It's blocked. Comes onto the edge. It's hooked clear. And comes through to Lovejoy. Lovejoy trying to hold the ball up. Does well. Holds it up here for Hemel Hempstead. Finding the ball in and wins a free kick. Does Lovejoy for a free kick and a foul by Slough. And it's taken quickly here by Hemel Hempstead towards Masunda. Masunda's ball inside towards Codder. Codder spreads it to the left back, Swain. Swain holds the ball up, trying to find Monlouis down the left hand side, but it's straight out of play by the left back. And a throw to the Rebels. Josh Chapman sending over this throw for Slough. Down towards Lynch. Lynch flicks the ball on Weld. Ward with the header away. Monlouis holds the ball up. Slough trying to steal it off Reed, but he does well to find Swain. Back here towards Monlouis, and again challenged by Chapman, wins the ball, but out of play and for a Hemel Hempstead throw. Taken quickly. Lovejoy heads it inwards, but Nisbet's there to read it for Slough. Lloyd Togwell to Sam Togwell, and Sam Togwell heads it back towards Jack Turner. 62 minutes gone. 0-0 here at Arbour Park. Ball played forwards. Warren Harris wins the header, but Kapumu plays it forwards. Sam Togwell jumps up. There's an offside against Hemel Hempstead. A free kick for Slough. And Sam Togwell takes it short towards Clifford. Clifford's got a bit of space on the left-hand side, but finds Manny Williams inside here towards Warren Harris down the right-hand side. Being urged to run at the right-back Swain. Crosses in hard and low. Hooked clear by Cotter. Clifford tries to get there. Amu holds the ball up, and Amu turns him and keeps hold of the ball. Finding Lovejoy. Lovejoy's offside. And that's a very tight call. And that's a very, very tight call against Lovejoy. In fact, the referee's going to put it back for a free kick for the original foul on Amu by Billy Clifford. And I'm quite surprised that Clifford hasn't ended up in the yellow card there, because that was foul number 5 by the Slough midfielder this afternoon, but the referee maybe not seeing it. So free kick here to Hemel Hempstead Town with Parks taking it. It's a couple of feet inside the Hemel Hempstead half. And the ball played into the box. It's Ward who gets there first, but it's only all the way back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner rolls it out here for George Wells. Wells down the line for Lynch. Lynch popping up on the left-hand side. Inside here towards Clifford. Clifford bringing the ball forwards, trying to find the ball out here towards Warren Harris. Harris cushion header inside towards Josh Jackman. Jackman here trying to turn against Monlouis. Holding the ball up. Monlouis chases him. And the foul by Jackman. And it looks like Jackman may get spoken to by the referee. And he's going to get a yellow card. And Josh Jackman gets a yellow card there for, I think more for the fact that it's a total of fouls rather than anything else. So Jackman gets that on 64 minutes. And Manny Williams just, I think, changing his undershirt there. It's a free kick here to Hemel Hempstead. Walker will take it 15 yards inside his own half. Kathleen wants to know if you missed any goals. Well, only if you're watching something else, Kathleen, I'm afraid. None here at the moment. Ball played forwards, headed away by George Wells. Lee Togwell then helps the ball on, only as far as Cotter. Cotter's ball headed away by Wells, inside towards Lynch. Lynch can't win the ball. It's back here on the far-hand side there, and Williams wins the ball back for Slough from Reed. Inside towards... everything just going on. Not much play going on, really. It's a bit scrappy here. Clifford with the ball in. Comes through towards Williams. Williams using his body to hold the ball up. Crosses it out to the right-hand side towards Warren Harris. Harris has got Jackman on the overlap again. Tries to chip it down the line, but it goes out of play. And a throw to Hemel Hempstead. Swain takes it early. Headed away by Jackman. Lee Togwell first to the ball, but him and challenge, and it's Parks who brings the ball out. Plays it forwards here, but Turner's first to the ball as Amu Fordy was offside. And they play it down the field. Kapomu with the header away in towards Reed. Reed inside towards Cotter. Just inside the Slough half. Chips it forwards again. Poor ball, and this time it's Sam Togwell with the ball. Lobjoit tries to tackle him. Ball comes out towards Warren Harris. Harris trying to turn and play it down the line towards Roberts. Good shape by him. Looking for the ball inside towards Williams. Williams trying to get there. Great defending by Masunda, who shields the ball, and then it's back here with Monlouis towards Parks. Parks is ball in, read by Nisbet, finding Matt Lynch. Lynch now central position, finding Josh Jackman. Back here towards Lynch. Lynch has a man on, brings the ball forward so for Slough. Running with it, skipping past a couple of challenges. Tries to find Warren Harris, but it just ricocheted off his shins. And out of play for a goal kick. We're going to see the first sub of the day for Slough. Coming off is Manny Williams. And coming on is Chris Flood. And that is on 67 minutes. So Manny Williams comes off to a warm round of applause there. Worked hard this afternoon. And he's replaced by Chris Flood. And Flood will just go straight into that position. You'll see a second substitution here for Hemel Hempstead as well. Hemel don't have a board, so we don't know what's going on. I can tell you it's Matteo Mendy who will come on in a minute. They're going to take this goal kick first. Nisbet heads the goal kick away. Flood trying to use his body to shield the ball. Looking for a free kick, doesn't get it. But wins the ball back and then finds Roberts. Roberts running at the goal, up against Masunda, still running with it. Takes a shot, but couldn't get it out of his feet and is wide of the goal. So it's a goal kick here to Hemel Hempstead. Still no sign of this substitution that's going to happen. I think that Hemel Hempstead are having trouble figuring out how the substitution board works. It's a goal kick here to Hemel Hempstead. Walker's going to take it. Just stops his run here and goes back and then goes again. Straight down the middle looking for a move. Nisbet with the header again. Comes through to Flood. Flood beats the ball by Masunda. Clifford wins it back for Slough. Lee Togwell plays it out on the left-hand side towards Lynch. On his chest. Trying to run past Kapuhu. Kapuhu holds him up, but Lynch still has the ball. Crosses it to the right-hand side, finding Warren Harris. Good control by him. In towards Josh Jackman. Jackman running into the box. Takes a shot across goal. Ward gets a leg out. Blocks the ball. Parks heads it back on, and then it's hooked clear by Lovejoy. Only as far as Lee Togwell's head. And Jackman wins the header, finding Flood. Flood trying to turn inside the box. Takes a shot, and it's just wide of the goal. It was curling away from goal. And it's out of play for a goal kick. We will see that substitution in a second. Well, maybe we won't. Hemel Hempstead teasing us here by the fact that they can't figure out how to change the number. It's 16 coming on, which is a different player to 15. Which was the original one. I know what's going on. Walker anyway with the goal kick. Headed away by Wells into the centre where it's picked up by Cotter. Cotter now towards Parks. Parks evades a challenge inside to Monlouis. Just overruns the ball and Slough win it back with Wales' header. It's Wales' clearance. It's Ward with the header. Hits Masunda and Masunda can bring the ball back out here for Hemel Hempstead. Ball's here with Kapumu. Spreading it here towards Cotter. Jackman again with the header away. Finding Warren Harris, who's working silently down his right-hand side. Brings the ball all the way down from the halfway line. Still running down to the byline. Gets across in. It's not the best of clearances. Comes here towards Clifford. Clifford, he had Lynch on the left-hand side. Didn't see him. Ball here, though, with Togwell. Lee Togwell. Back inside towards Clifford. Man on the shell. Clifford running through the defence. Takes a shot and forces a save from Walker. And Slough get a corner. And Clifford will go across to take the corner for Slough. And there will be an outswinging corner again for the Rebels. They're waiting for Sam Togwell and Nisbet to go forwards. Coming up to 70 minutes. Still 0-0 here between the two sides. And Clifford is the man to take this corner from this near hand side. Outswinging corner. Taking him with some whip. Headed away by Ward. Lynch gets ahead to it. Lee Togwell trying to head it back on. Comes off the head of Masunda and out for a Slough throw. Sam Togwell wants to take it. A long throw into the box. And Wells is there as well. But no point two of them standing there. Should go through. Slough just warming up some of their substitutes. Ball's here with Sam Togwell, who's going to cross the ball on the far hand side, looking for Clifford. Parks heads it away. It'll come through to Lee Togwell. Takes it on his chest. Clocking comes out. Lee Togwell with the goal on 71 minutes. He chests it down on the edge of the 18-yard line. Runs on and fires past Walker for his first goal since Sholing away in September of last year. Goal number 3 for the season for Lee Togwell. But the first goal of the day, and it gives Slough the lead. Lee Togwell with the goal. And you'll see a substitution. Substitution for Hemel. Errol Emu is the player coming off. And coming on is Herschel Sanchez Watt. So that substitution was Amu off and Sanchez Watt on. But Slough have the lead. And I just noticed that on the back of the Hemel shirts are got sponsored by duct tape. I don't know if that's because it's holding their shirts together or not. Masunda with the ball down the field. Headed away by Jackman. Flicked away by Warren Harris down the line. Out of play for a throw to Slough. Hemel Hempstead. Swain takes the throw. Aiming for Lovejoy. Jackman having his shirt. But Flood getting there. Comes off Flood last for a throw to Hemel Hempstead. And again, Swain takes it a few yards inside the Slough half. Finding Cotter. Cotter's ball here towards Masunda. That's his name, Masunda. Sorry, get that right. Ball's here with Kapomu, bringing the ball forward, trying to play it in. Stretched there by Lee Togwell to win the ball for Slough. It's here with Sam Togwell, finding Warren Harris. He's working down this right-hand side, just overruns the ball, and that allows Swain to come across and win the ball here. Plays it inside here. Clifford working hard for Slough to win it back here with Josh Jackman, finding Lee Togwell. Jackman down the line. Ball still in play. Ward with the header away. Lee Togwell heads it on, trying to find Roberts, but Masunda shields the ball back towards the goalkeeper, Walker. And Tequila Shark still looking for 6 goals in the game, but you've got to keep open. As the ball cleared by Walker, the goalkeeper. Wells with the header away, only as far as Masunda. Holds the ball up and spreads it to Kopomo on the right hand side. Just keeps the ball in. Flood chases him down, but back here to Masonda. Inside here towards Parks. Parks trying to orchestrate from a central position, finding Monlouis. Good challenge from Wells, wins the ball, but they're on a play for a throw to Hemel Hempstead. And it's going to be a throw to Hemel Hempstead. And Kapomu to take it. Flicked on there by Cotter. Wells with the header up into the sky. Clifford can get a touch to it, but only as far as Cotter. Cotter finding a ball out here on the right hand side towards Swain. Swain inside, trying a little 1-2. Gets the 1-2, crosses first time. Comes through to the substitute. Saved by Jack Turner. And Sanchez hit it hard and low. But Turner got behind the ball and saved it, blocked it, and it's hooked clear. And it's going to be Swain to take the throw. 10 yards away from the corner flag. Inside here towards Monlouis. Ball crossed in by Swain over the head of Lobjoy, and Lynch is on the far hand side to hook the ball down the line. It's gone out of play as Lynch falls out of play. Still in play actually, the ball. Lynch went out of play, but the ball stayed inside. Ball's here with Reed down the right hand side. Plays it inside here towards Cotter. Cotter chipping the ball on the far hand side, looking for Swain. Swain just over his head, but keeps the ball in by the corner flag. Hooks a good cross into the box. Lobjolt guides his header there. Sam Togwell volleys away, only as far as Parks. Parks holds the ball up on the edge of the box, finding Monlouis being pushed back here. Ball back with Parks. Spreads it to Kapomu. And Kapomu didn't see the ball. It's gone out of play. And you'll see a debut for Francis Amati. And he's going to replace Dan Roberts. So that's on 75 minutes. So Roberts getting a real warm round of applause on his debut today. He could have had a goal or two, but as of yet he hasn't. Latest scores: Bath 1, Truro 1, Chelmsford 1, Concord 2, Chippenham 0, Oxford City 1, Dulwich 1, Dartford 0, East Thurrock 2, Billericay 0, Gloucester 0, Maidstone 0. Wealdstone even. Hampton Richmond 0, Eastbourne Borough 0, Hungerford 1, Woking 1, Torquay got an equaliser, Torquay 1, Western Supermare 1, and Welling 2, St Albans 1, those with 15 to go. Ward plays the ball down the line. So Nisbet takes it on his chest and then volleys down the field, only as far as Kapomu. Holding the ball up, kept in well on the far hand side by Reed. Skips past a couple of challenges. Clifford with the sliding challenge. Reed still has the ball. Wells with the challenge. It's just a bit scrappy there, and Wells wins a free kick for a foul there. And it's a free kick to Slough. Wells will slowly get to his feet there on the far hand side. And it will be a free kick to Slough, 10 yards inside their own half. Tequila Shark very kindly informs us that Dijon Noel Williams got subbed on for Gloucester, then got injured and got subbed off. So not the best debut. Ball's here though with Amati for Slough, making his debut for Slough. Gets a cross in, but it's easily taken by the goalkeeper, Walker. And Walker tries to get his team down. He rolls it out instead here towards Cotter. Cotter bringing the ball forwards 15-20 yards, running with the ball unchallenged. Inside here towards Park. Sam Togwell with the challenge. It will be kept in by Kapomu. It won't be kept in. It's out of play for a throw to Hemel Hempstead on the far hand side. Inside here towards Cotter. Back towards Kapomu. Under pressure from Clifford. Back here with Masonda. Here towards Kapomu. Inside towards Cotter. Again Clifford chasing the ball down. Ball's here though with Cotter, who turns away from danger. Back here towards Ward. Ward plays it across here towards Swain. Under pressure from Warren Harris. Hooks the ball down the field. Lobjoy with the header on, but Sam Togwell volleys the ball back down the field. Kapomu's header comes through towards Flood. Flood uses his body, but Monlouis wins it back here for Hemel Hempstead. Inside here towards Swain. Swain goes back to the goalkeeper, Walker. A bit windy now here at Arbour Park. 12 and a half to go. Ball played out on the far hand side to Kapomu. One back here by Lynch. Lynch wins it inside to Amati on his debut. Gets a chance to run through. Still running with the ball. It's blocked in the end. Amati tries to get a second chance, but it's cleared here by Hemel Hempstead up towards Reed. Reed under pressure from Clifford. Reed turning past him, holding the ball up. Back out here on the far hand side to Masonda, the centre back. Goes back towards the goalkeeper, Walker. Walker spreads it long, looking for Parks down the side. Lobjoy with the header up, but Jackman's header comes across and it's played forwards by Slough, and then Masonda has the ball. Marty will just chase it on the far hand side. Ball played inside here to Kapumu. Back out here towards Masunda. Masunda's back in, still runs with the ball, finding Reed. Reed just stands on the ball, but has the ball back, and then Wells won it back. Referee says it's a foul though by George Wells, and a free kick to Hemel Hempstead. And free kick to Hemel, just 10 yards inside the Slough half. And Parks will be the player that takes it. Parks floats the ball in, looking for Ward on the far hand side. Rises high on the far hand side. Slough looking for an offside, which never came. And it was lucky that Ward couldn't guide his header goalwards. He was trying to find go across the goal. You're going to see a third and final substitution here for Hemel Hempstead Town. Coming on is number 14, who is Jack Snellis. And he will be replacing... Slough got to do the board. And it's going to be... I can't see the board. Number 9, who is Leon Lobjoit. So that substitution on 80 minutes. So 10 minutes left plus whatever the referee adds on here at Arbour Park. And Reed is going to come to the left-hand side. But it's a goal kick here for Slough by Jack Turner. Aimed here towards Matt Lynch. Lynch takes it down on his chest, holds the ball up. On that left-hand side, up against Kapumu. Lynch still keeping the ball in, just needs a little bit of help. Isn't really coming, so Lynch is going to have to do it on his own. Still up against Kapumu down that left-hand side. He's got Wells on the overlap. Crosses in hard and low. Masunda's clearance is hooked across. Swain runs out with the ball and then plays it here towards Reed. Reed trying his luck down the far hand side. Lee Togwell wins it back for Slough and then chips it forward here for Marty to chase. Ward comes across to clear the ball and it's come off Ward last for a throw to Slough. And Jackman will take it, level the 18-yard box. And Slough still haven't taken the throw. Jackman with the ball. And Clifford comes short for him. Gets the ball back towards Jackman. Jackman holding the ball up. Back here towards Clifford. Clifford on this right-hand side. Trying to chip it in towards Jackman. Jackman holding the ball up here against Swain. Runs into the corner flag. Trying to get there. Oh, Jackman goes past him down the sideline. Almost gets past another, but Monlouis stuck a leg out. Ball's here with Reed. Hits it straight at the back of Jackman and goes out of play for a goal kick to Hemel Hempstead. And Walker takes the goal kick quickly, looking for Snellis on the far hand side. Wells with the header goes straight out of play and out for a throw to Hemel Hempstead. Kapumu takes it short towards Masonda. Masonda back towards Kapumu. Inside here towards Cotter. Cotter first time ball to Monlouis in the centre circle. Spreads it out here towards Swain. Slough under a bit of pressure here. Ball's in with Reed. Good play in towards Cotter, who's played in an advanced position. Oh, tries to feed in Reed, but Josh Chapman's there to win it for Slough and finds Warren Harris. Harris finding Clifford. Clifford's ball over the top for a Marty to chase, but it's a little bit too much as it sprints off the floor into the arms of Walker. Ball played up here towards Cotter. Warren Harris, who's been brilliant today, wins it back and finds Clifford. Clifford down the right-hand side, holding the ball up, trying to increase his run up here against Reed, holding the ball up, needs a bit of help. Comes from Warren Harris. Harris inside towards Josh Chapman. Chapman finding Lee Togwell. Man on is a shout for him, finding the ball towards Clifford. Clifford finding Warren Harris down the right-hand side. Trying to skip past Swain, it does so. Breaks into the box. Plays it here towards Flood. Flood shot. Hits Masunda. Great block there by the defender. And then Hemel Hempstead could break here with Monlouis. Slough, two players tackle each other. Monlouis running with the ball. In towards Reed. Reed being forced wide here. Tries to get a shot in. It's blocked by Josh Jackman. And it's out for a corner to Hemel Hempstead. Weston-super-Mare have retaken the lead at Torquay United. Torquay 1, Weston-super-Mare 2, but Woking are only drawing at Hungerford, so that means that it will be all square at the top on 66 points. Is that right? Yeah. Corner here, though, for Hemel Hempstead Town. Parks will take it. In swinging corner to come. And it's aimed deep to the far-hand side to Ward. Tries to get it in goal, but headed away by Sam Togwell. Not the best of clearing headers. It comes through to Ward. He gets the ball in, but it's a foul there by Nisbet on Ward. It'll be a free kick to Hemel Hempstead. And again, it'll be almost like a short corner. Parks again comes across to take it. Ward slowly gets to his feet. And Ward just having a word with the linesman there, thinking that something else was going on, but Slough still with some defending to do here. They're going to leave it for Reed to take, and Parks will be the person to watch. Reed to take this free kick here for Hemel Hempstead, chipping it into the box. Little bit of a foul on Jack Turner there, and a free kick given by the referee as Turner went to punch the ball. His movement was blocked. And it's a free kick to Slough inside the goal half. St Albans have got an equaliser against Welling, who are down to 9 men. Chelmsford have got an equaliser. Chelmsford 2, Concord 2. No changes in any other game at the moment. As Turner looks to take this goal kick. You've got about 6 minutes plus added time on. Down the field here looking for Lynch. Lynch beating to the ball. It will come out here though towards Snellis. Snellis keeping the ball in, finding Kapumu. Kapumu's ball down the field, trying to find Sanchez Watt. One by Nisbet. Flicked on here by Clifford towards Lynch. Lynch back towards Wells. Wells is ball down the line for Amati to chase, but it's gone out of play and out for a throw to Hemel Hempstead, halfway inside their own half. And it'll be Kapumu that comes across to take this throw. Comes off the head of Sanchez. What an out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And quick throw in by Wells. Finding Clifford. Clifford back towards Mark Nisbet. Nisbet here towards Turner. Turner being chased down by Sanchez. What? His clearance comes through to Amati. Marty chips it over his head like a backwards one, but no Slough player had gambled and it's gone through to the goalkeeper, Walker. Walker just drops the ball on the edge of his 18-yard line. Plays it down the field. Sam Togwell with a great header. Flicked on towards Warren Harris. Plays forward here for Amati. Amati up against Ward. Ball's here with Amati on the edge of the box. Just treads on it. It's got Warren Harris behind him. Finds Harris. Harris holding the ball up here. Inside towards Jack Turner. Sorry, Josh Jackman. Here towards Clifford. Clifford trying to just spread it out here towards Warren Harris. Just stand in the way, mate. Ball played into Swain with the clearance. His clearance comes through towards Lee Togwell. Togwell down the line for Slough. Marty won't chase it, but Clifford does. And it's out of play for a throw to Slough. Brilliant. Thank you. That's right. I can't see, but don't worry. And Slough have a throw here with Josh Jackman. And the throw down the line towards Clifford. Clifford going down, holding the ball up, heading towards the corner flag, trying to hold it up there. Skips past the challenge. Monlouis in there as well. Monlouis gets the ball out here towards Parks. Parks in his own penalty area. Clears on the far side towards Cotter. Cotter down the line. And the ball's played here towards Snellis, being chased by Nisbet. Back here towards Kapumu. The right back bringing the ball forward, stretching his leg, good speed of space. Inside there's an offside there against Sanchez Watt, and that'll be a free kick to the Rebels.
669, and the Slough man of the match is number 6, Lee Togwell.
So the attendance here today is 669, and the goal scorer Lee Togwell has been named man of the match by our match sponsors today, Scala. And Turner takes the free quick on the far hand side, finding Chris Flood on the right hand side. He's got Warren Harris in front of him, and Lee Togwell as well. Flood just shielding the ball towards Josh Jackman. Jackman trying to chip the ball in, looking for Amati. Amati gets his body in the way, but Masunda just guides the ball out for a goal kick. And we've got 2 minutes of normal time plus whatever the referee adds on here at Arbour Park. It's Walker to take this goal kick. Floodlights just coming on at Arbour Park. Sam Togwell wins the header for Slough. Only as far as Ward, who volleys it back. Then Wells volleys it even higher and harder back into the Hemel half. Masunda's underneath the header. Only as far as Matt Lynch. Lynch, I'm sure, will run to the corner flag. Not after what he did the other week, but he's trying to win a corner. But Masunda stands there. Plays it off Lynch and out for a goal kick. And it's a goal kick which Walker's going to hurry to take here for Hemel Hempstead. Plays it in down the field. It's Wells with the header away. It all comes through to Parks. Parks just holds it up with his chest trying to turn. Lynch just gets his body in the way. And it comes off Lynch. Lynch has just gone down on the far hand side trying to hold the ball up. And I think that Lynch is going to get a yellow card here for shielding the ball. And he does get a yellow card on 90 minutes. We're in the 89th minute, but it's 90 minutes in theory. So Lynch gets the yellow card. We've got 30 seconds plus whatever the referee will add on here. It's a throw here to Hemel Hempstead. Kapumu in towards Masunda. Flood just gets in there and kicks it down the field a little bit further back. Kapumu again will come and try and take it. In towards Cotter. Cotter takes it on his chest. Lee Togwell chasing it. Oh, intercepted by Chris Flood on the far hand side. Flood running towards goal. Inside towards Marty. Oh, just hits Marty on the back of his legs. And it's here now with Kapumu. Finding Masunda. Masunda's long ball forward. Headed away by Josh Jackman. Harris tries to get there. Monlouis holds it up. Harris gets a touch to it. The referee says a foul. And a free kick here to Hemel Hempstead, just inside the Slough half. Parks is the man that's going to take it for Hemel Hempstead. Ward has gone forwards here for Hemel. And Parks signalling he's going to take this free kick, aimed on the far hand side towards Ward. Ward gets a header to it, but heads it straight out of play for a Slough goal kick. 4 minutes of added time here at Arbour Park. And we've just creeped into that 4 minutes here as Turner will take the goal kick here for the Rebels. Got a couple of full times already in. It's Bath 1, Truro 1 and East Thurrock 2, Billericay 1. Billericay's first defeat since Harry Wheeler has come back. Also Woking have drawn away at Hungerford 1-1. As Turner takes this kick long down the field, aimed towards Flood. Flood flicking it on, trying to find Marty. Swain with the clearance, and Slough will just let it come out of play for a throw. Stuck inside the home dugout. Jackman will come across to take the throw for the Rebels. And Jackman's ball down the line towards Warren Harris, who's been exceptional this afternoon. Holding the ball up now by the corner flag. Still there with two Hemel players on him. Still using his body and wins a free kick. And although Lee Togwell's been given the official man of the match, for me Warren Harris has been absolutely outstanding this afternoon. So now have a free kick right by the corner flag, which they're going to take their time with. Chris Flood standing over it at the moment. He needs someone else to come through, and he gives it to Warren Harris. Harris again goes to the corner flag, comes off a Slough player for a Hemel throw, and it's Masunda that will take it deep by the corner flag. Thrown in, flicked on by Parks, headed on by Clifford though for Slough. Flood tries to get there. Masunda hits it across his own 18-yard box. Kapumu gets a touch to it. Lynch wins it for Slough. Wells with the ball forward, straight out of play for a throw to Hemel Hempstead. Got a minute and a half of this extra time to play. Monlouis has the ball. Flood takes it off him, but it only falls towards Reed. Reed twists it on the far hand side, looking for Snellis. Wells takes it on his chest, holding the ball up. Plays it here towards Clifford. Clifford gets a touch towards Lee Togwell. Togwell's caught from behind, but still wins the ball. Just running away. Plays it down the line for Warren Harris. Just overrun. Swain gets there. Hooks the ball forwards. It will run through to Turner in the Slough goal. And Sanchez Watt will chase it down, making Turner pick the ball up. And ball's in the hands of Slough's goalkeeper Jack Turner. We've got a minute left of this added time. Long kick by Turner down the field looking for a Marty. Kapumu with the header away. Lee Togwell stretches. Clifford tries to get there. It comes through to Clifford, who hooks it clear again. And Marty gets to the ball first. Holds the ball up for Slough. Turns, finding Lynch. Sun just come back out here at Arbour Park. Lynch running down the left-hand side. Being urged to go to the corner flag. And runs to the corner flag. And holding the ball up there. 2 Hemel players on him. Still has it right by the corner flag. Lynch doing really well for Slough there. And it will come back out here towards Cotter. 2 players bundling down on the ground there at the moment. But they just get up off each other. They're fine. It's a free kick, though, given to Hemel Hempstead. Right by their corner flag. Walker takes it. Nisbet with the header, comes through to Warren Harris, hooks it on. Flood trying to get there first. It's Swain with the ball. Parks flicks it on. Leads Sam Togwell with the header, but it's full-time whistle here at Arbour Park, and finally Slough have won a game in 2019. They won against Chelmsford 1-0 earlier on in 2019, but this time it's taken them till the 1st of March to get that second win of 2019. And Dan Roberts, the young lad, just going through to the management team of Hemel, just for his congratulations. And Slough have come through with that 1 goal win, courtesy of Lee Togwell's first goal since September of 2018. Is firing it past Walker from around about 8 yards out is what gives Slough the win. And Slough are just going over to their players here this afternoon, as their second half performance was a lot better than previous second half performances. And to be honest, apart from one save by Jack Turner, Slough were fairly dominant in the second half, forcing some chances out of the Hemel Hempstead team. But they fought through in the end, and Slough have come away with a 1-0 victory. The Hemel players are just coming off there. They've just gone over to their fans on the far hand side. The Slough players just doing the same here. And everyone getting a round of applause as they come off the field. And all smiles here at Arbour Park as Slough get 3 points. And Hemel, who were a point behind them, are now 4. And it's a victory that Slough fully deserved for their second half performance. And they're just high-fiving the juniors that were here earlier this afternoon. So Slough have come away with 3 points this afternoon. Their next game will be next Saturday, where Slough will be away to Concord Rangers, and that is on Canvey Island. So you can come down to Canvey Island, and we'll, if you aren't making it there, we will be on air to say we'll give you all of the action as it happens next Saturday at Concord Rangers on Canvey Island. So feel free to listen in if you want to. We are just going to see if we can find you the final scores in our league for you this afternoon. We won't give you the Premier League results, obviously, but let's try and give you the National League South scores. Just bear with me while I find it. So it finished Bath 1, Truro 1, Chelmsford 2, Concord Rangers 2, Chippenham 0, Oxford City 1, Dulwich 2, Dartford 0, East Thurrock 2, Billericay 1, Gloucester 0, Wilstow 0, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Eastbourne Borough 0, Hungerford 1, Woking 1, Slough 1, Hemel 0, Torquay 1, Weston-super-Mare 2 is the final score, and Welling 2, St Albans 2. So until next weekend, enjoy your weekend. We will be back next Saturday away to Concord. Have a good weekend. Until then, thank you all for listening as usual. Bye-bye.